Here are the drawing steps for your Christmas truck. Name and teacher code on the back. Position your truck stencil approximately 2 fingers from the bottom of your paper so you have lots of room to add details near the top. Once you have the correct placement, go ahead and grab a pencil and trace it. Now you're ready to start adding some details like headlights and anything that you'd like in the back of your truck and so on. Be sure to check out the references that are on your Google Classroom. They'll give you a lot of helpful inspiration and tips on how to draw things. I'm just going to demonstrate how to add some of the final details inside of your truck so that you have a completed drawing, and then after that it'll be up to you to add the details like the bow or the tree, the presents, and things like that. So I'm going to start with the window, which is kind of like a rounded rectangle. You're going to mimic the same shape as the top of the vehicle. Very, very carefully sketch this in and lightly so that you can always go back and erase. And I'm leaving approximately about a finger's amount of space around because I want enough room so we can see the details inside of the window. And it's coming down to about here, so pay attention to the location of your lines. Then I'm going to slide down a little bit and I'm going to connect here where the bumper is. So carefully sketch that. If you absolutely need a ruler, go grab one. Connect the bottom part down here above the tires. And we're going to add some headlights next. You can use one of these little lids to get your headlights on there. You want to position them so they're about a finger's amount of space from each side. It's helpful sometimes to kind of stand up and look down at something. Make sure that there's equal amount of space. Okay, other side. And if you want, you can get fancy and add the highlight detail on there. Kind of looks like a little claw shape or a bent triangle, maybe. You can add your grill, which is pretty much the same as the window, it's just a smaller version. Also pay attention to your spacing. All right, now you're ready to start adding some other details like maybe a wreath and a bow, add your tree right here or on this side if you want, some presents. So if you think about the shapes that we see here, or the things that we see, they're basically just shapes that we already know. So a tree is essentially a big triangle, and we make these kind of zigzags that create the triangle. And the presents are just squares or rectangles. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate how to complete this drawing, but essentially it's up to you how you decide to complete your drawing. Once everything's outlined, you're ready to start adding some color. I really suggest that you color very, very dark using just regular crayons, besides inside the window. So whatever it is that you draw inside this window, color it very lightly so that when you add paint over top of it, it appears to be behind this window. Go ahead and finish up your coloring however you choose. Whatever colors you would like is fine with me. Just make sure you're coloring very, very dark. It'll make painting much easier at the end, and it will look much nicer if you really take your time and color dark.